Oh, it's almost here, folks. It's almost here. December is upon us, and that means that the next 5 possible fan casts we've got are all Christmassy ones. Yes, that's right. In the entirety of December, I'm just going to be doing Christmas ones. Fair warning. All the other suggestions are so cool, and we'll come back to them in January, I promise. But after this one, it's all Christmas. So here are 5 Christmas ones. You guys just vote down below in the comments which one you want to see first, okay? Die Hard. The Grinch. The Polar Express. Arthur Christmas? Or Klaus. We'll probably get to most of those throughout December, but those are the first 5. So vote, and let's go ahead with this fan cast. So, what are we doing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. What's up, guys? That's right, the Powerpuff Girls. The CW has been talking about doing a live-action Powerpuff Girls series, and let's put it out there right away, okay? As far as this fan cast is concerned, they're not kids by the time it starts, okay? I've heard different things about what they're looking to do. I'm pretty sure they're going for, at the very least, teenage versions of them, if not adult ones grown up, okay? So we're very much casting at least the 3 girls as if they are grown-up versions of themselves. Kind of, we've cast them young enough they could still be teenage if they wanted to be, okay? But I kind of, it's a mix as far as everyone else is concerned. You know, the professor and stuff, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm casting them as teenagers / young adults, do I need to cast him as quite a lot older? I'm not really thinking in terms of that. I'm kind of casting it as if they've just been created as teenagers, but everyone else is vaguely the same ages. That's generally what I've gone for. Let's get into it. We're starting today with Blossom. Blossom is the leader of the group. She's the one with the red hair. That's how I define them, is very much by their hair color. That's how I remember which one's which. Blossom has the red hair, okay? She is the leader. She's kind of bossy, you know? She's very much in charge all the time. Never really understood why there needed to be a leader amongst them so much, but that's fine. Basically, I wanted to cast Madison Iseman for this one. Yes, indeed. I almost cast her as Bubbles. But I thought, no, because as much as she normally is blonde in what we see her in, Madison Iseman is more capable, I feel, of playing this in-control leading character, who is a bit bossy maybe, than she is playing the really sweet, cutesy character. I don't feel like that's so much for her. We'll talk about what way we want to kind of update Bubbles in a minute. But very much Blossom is this leader type. Madison Iseman, she hasn't really done much in terms of TV. But she's the kind of age where you'd expect her to start starring in something on like the CW, you know, or something on Netflix, or I don't know. And she doesn't, you know, she's got a lot of experience doing this kind of bossy style mixed with the very much Powerpuff Girls is based in like this family bond, strong bond that the 3 of them have, you know, and the professor. So I feel like Jumanji, she was both a kind of bossy mean character at the start, and then led into having this real sense of family about it later, you know. And you see like Clouds recently, she was this very sweet character, perfect. And Nocturne recently on Amazon, she was a kind of bossy older sister type. So very much everything she's done, I'm like, yeah, Blossom, perfect. Next. So Bubbles then is very much the blonde, cutesy one, you know, she cries at everything, and she's so ooh all the time, you know. She feels like the youngest of them, so I think they're all pretty similar in age, I've cast them, but I think I have cast her younger than the other 2. I want to cast Kiernan Shipka as Bubbles. She's just delightful, okay? Throughout her childhood, as acting in various things like Mad Men, she had these roles where she was like the cute young one in the group, even if she could also be fierce, you know. And in Sabrina is ending now. That was a major factor in this. I was kind of like, actually, she could very much end up doing something like this, another big TV show after Sabrina ends, and it's coming to an end. And throughout that, she's been this kind of powerful one, but she does come off as cute and adorable. Not, you know, she is a strong female character, but she also manages to come off that way a lot of the time, and I'm kind of like, that is kind of what we need Bubbles to be able to do. You know, they're all going to be strong female characters in this show. In fact, they really were most of the time in the original show, despite being young, right? But she also needs to have this side to her where she's the kind of cutesy, like, happy one, you know? So I think Kiernan Shipka could do that really well. Next, and then Buttercup. Buttercup. Yes, Buttercup is kind of the tomboy one, the black-haired one. She's that's kind of, you know, there's the leader who's kind of bossy, there's the cutesy, younger seeming kind of one, and there's the tomboy in Buttercup, who's kind of the one who will challenge Blossom more. And I wanted to cast Zendaya, okay? Yes. She kind of skipped the CW stage in her acting career. She started out as a child on Disney Channel, went straight to HBO shows, with all these blockbusters in between, you know? But in my mind, just as a tomboy role, that was kind of what, as soon as I saw the word tomboy associated with Buttercup, I was like, yeah, actually, Zendaya would be really good at that, okay? Because just like her role in the Spider-Man movies as MJ and that, she manages to be this great character who's very lovable, but is very much a kind of tomboy kind of, character a lot of the time. And I'm like, hey, that's kind of awesome. That's kind of exactly what you want. Plus, just finishing it off, looking at that team of three, I'm just kind of like, wow. I'm kind of in love with all of them. They're all really awesome and they've all done a lot of great stuff already. And if you put them all in this, it would suddenly be brilliant. It'd just be brilliant. Doesn't matter what the rest of the cast is. That's just great already. Next, then Professor Utonium. Utonium, yeah. I was very much thinking kind of someone in their like 40s, range. And then I thought, hey, you know what? You know what'll be fun for several reasons? Jon Hamm. Let's cast Jon Hamm, guys. Jon Hamm would be awesome at this. He's very good at the kind of quippy character, or if they were playing him off a bit older, he's gotten depressed because the girls moved away, or I don't know what their plans are for this. But very much whichever way I turned thinking about how they might want to play Professor Utonium, Jon Hamm was there in my head as working for that. Also, all those years on Mad Men with Kiernan Shipka, that's just a brilliant way to reunite them, okay? And she is very much the kind of young one who would seem the most like she still needs him as her father, And he was her father in that. It doesn't. That's just an extra thing. Next. Now the mayor was this kind of small, older man type character. He kind of was a bit weird. Yeah, it's a bit weird. And I've went through a few renditions in my head of who could manage to do this, in different ways. But he kind of is like, he does kind of seem politician-y, So I was going to cast Victor Garber because he just always seems like a politician. Yeah, he always comes off as these very intelligent characters, but he's also quite good at doing them in weird, quippy, different ways, He's very good at doing villainous roles, both quippy or serious, but he's also good at doing these kind of side character roles that are just strange characters there, who talk quite fancy. And that kind of seems to me what the mayor is likely to be, I don't know how they want to play the mayor. I don't know how much they need the mayor. They'll probably need him a bit. Next. Now, Miss Sara Bellum. I don't know if they want Miss Sara Bellum in an updated, more modernized version of this. They didn't really show her face. They just showed her redonkulously attractive body most of the time. And that's, yeah. She was an intelligent, smart, savvy character who often did, everything for the mayor just because he couldn't. Do they want her though? I don't know for sure. But I thought if they do want her in it, they might want to cast Christina Hendricks, because she is, if they wanted to cast Miss Sara Bellum a bit older in this version because the girls are a bit older, I thought maybe they want to cast her older, but still Christina Hendricks is a bit older but has still that redonkulous body. There's no other word to describe it. It's not even a word. But yeah, if they wanted her, okay? If. Next, him. We're into the villains now, and him is one of the villains. He's a kind of demon-y devil thing. I don't know what he is, but he was always quite a campy, weird villain. And yes, there are a lot of strange ways to go with this, but I just don't think even the CW can turn him really all that serious. So he's still going to be, in my mind, quite a campy, weird villain. I'm going to cast Billy Eichner because of all the people that could play a campy weird villain. I thought of him first. And then he was stuck in my head and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people that could do this kind of role, but he's very much the one who I feel would be good as a villain, but still being this like really weird campy style, about him. I think that'll be really fun. But I don't know which villains they want to keep, I don't know which villains they actually think can be taken seriously enough to be used on the CW, Next, Princess Moorbucks is very much someone who I think they will probably cast. For her, I just was kind of like, okay, so you want to cast someone else who was on my list that could play one of the Powerpuff Girls, probably, right? But who can also have this edge about them, this kind of a rich daddy's girl edge. I'm going to cast Sabrina Carpenter. That sounds mean. Like, I very much considered her as, she could be one of the Powerpuff Girls. But I cast her in this because well, partly because the hair, the crazy hair of Princess Morbucks, I thought that's kind of similar to, as similar as it is to any real life person's hair, it's kind of similar to what Sabrina Carpenter had in Clouds. Casting her and Madison Iseman in this from Clouds. But also, I feel like she'd be good at that kind of like more stuck up kind of role, you know? Madison Iseman could do that role as well, like, you know, these young talented actresses, they can all do it all, you know? That would work. And they probably do want Princess Morbucks. They'd maybe want to change her name, but jeez. Next, Seducer doesn't belong in a children's show. Why is it? Why did they put the word seduce into Medusa's name in a children's show? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I was going to cast Lena Headey as her because she's very much that kind of, yeah, she just kind of looks like that. And Lena Headey, despite being a bit older, is like very, she can be very seductive, sultry, femme fatale style about her. She's got all that going on, and I guess that's what they want for Seducer. I don't know why. Next, finally, the most important villain, surely, is Mojo Jojo. He is another villain who perhaps they want to update a little bit. That voice he spoke in all the time, it's not the least racist thing I've ever heard. I was gonna cast Dae Kim for this, okay? Because if they do want to keep some sort of Asian influence about his character, they should do it properly this time with an actual Asian American actor at the very least. So I thought that would work and be good times. But also, he's just like, because they probably, you know, I was thinking someone like Randall Park could do this. But he is too, like, comedic. He would do for an actual reboot of the children's show. If they're updating it for the CW, they want to make him actually a bit more scary. And Dae Kim's very much got that more villainous kind of deep voice that would work better for this kind of role, you know? So I kind of thought that would work if they want to keep him like that. I don't... Yeah. And that's all for this one, guys. Do please subscribe down below if you like subscribing to things, because, please. And because I'm trying to make it to 2,000 subscribers. Also, do comment down below, reply to the pinned comment, which one of those fan casts you want to see as the first Christmassy one. And I will see you with a whole decorated background for more tomorrow.